Hey YouTube, Wes here checking in with a video about recent CD pickups from the last few months. These are both new releases that I've picked up in the last few months and some thrift store type pickups, mostly Goodwill, I guess. Probably pretty much the only place I pick up CDs these days because they're 2 for $1 or 10 for $3. So they're either 50 cents or 30 cents a piece at the local Goodwill. So it's a really good place to pick up some CDs, but wanted to go ahead and make this video. I know a couple of you out there are interested in CD videos and seeing CDs, so let's get into it. These are first going to start out with the new pickups from the past few months that I've gotten. Sometimes new release comes out and I end up just buying it on CD. You know, pop kind of music, things like that. So first thing I got here is the new Wu-Tang album, The Saga Continues. Pick that one up. How well these are going to show with me holding them up like that, but I'll give it a shot. Second thing here I got is actually from the $5 bin at Walmart. Just do a lot of grocery shopping there, and I always tend to browse through the media and look at the new releases on Blu-ray and stuff like that while I'm there, and happened to see this CD sort of out front in the $5 section of CDs, and it's an album I didn't have, and you know, we recently lost Tom Petty. So I thought I would add this one to my collection. This is his album Wildflowers, 1992 I think was the year on this one. 94, sorry about that. So yeah, sort of in my senior year of high school was when this was released. I remember a lot of these songs when it came out, but I don't think I've ever heard the full album of this. So for $5, picked up a brand new copy of Wildflowers. Adding a new one to the Christmas music collection. It's been surprisingly, it's been 20 years since their first Christmas album. So Hanson has released a second Christmas album. This is Family It's Christmas, or Finally It's Christmas. It's the name of their new album. Just released this year, 2017. So that's adding to my Christmas collection. I would like to pick up Hanson CDs when I see them, and even the new ones. So yeah, there's a couple more in the Goodwill finds. Next thing, as I said, some pop music. A lot of times I buy these to put on my phone for when I'm exercising and stuff. I like to have some modern pop kind of stuff to listen to while I'm exercising. It really does a good job with that kind of thing. So we got Fergie's new album here, Double Duchess. The first track is really awesome, Hungry with Rick Ross. Really like that song. Yeah, just some good workout kind of music. Next thing, got sort of a new old release from Neil Young. This is his latest release, Hitchhiker, originally recorded in '74 I think. But yeah, really nice sort of LP gatefold style CD package here, and Neil Young's vinyl is really expensive, and I normally end up picking up his new stuff on CD because the CDs sound good. He does a good job with making sure they're mastered correctly and everything. So yeah, grab the new Hitchhiker album from Neil Young. Again, some more pop music for exercising and whatnot, and yeah, it's the new Miley Cyrus album. Definitely love some Miley Cyrus, and love listening to that. So got that. And the last of the new pickups, anyway, is the latest album from Macklemore. He went out sort of on his own and made an album without Ryan Lewis. Pretty good album, you know. It seems like he's going through some things maybe, and picked this up. Pretty fun. Some pretty fun songs on here as usual. Macklemore, pretty good. So it's Gemini by Macklemore. Alright, so talking about my recent Goodwill pickups, not a whole lot here, but enough to make a video. So let's go ahead and just get into it. First thing I got here, some more pop type music. This is Pharrell Williams' Girl album. This has got Happy on it. Yeah, Pharrell Williams, got that one. Here's a pretty cool find. This is a 2 albums on 1 CD from a band that is well loved here in the music community on YouTube, and that is Big Star. So this combines #1 record and Radio City onto 1 CD. So pretty cool sort of compilation, or I don't know, wouldn't necessarily call it a compilation. There's also a nice long essay in here as well about the band. I did watch the documentary that's on Netflix. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Big Star is not a group I would seek out to buy their stuff on vinyl. It's not really my thing. But I appreciate what they do, and it's nice to have this on CD at least. Found a nice release from the Flaming Lips. This is their album, The Soft Bulletin. Pick that one up. REM album from 2001. This is their album Reveal. Speaking of Neil Young, and this is actually not a Goodwill find, I picked this up at the Second and Charles store one evening when we were doing some shopping there. This is Neil Young and Crazy Horse with Weld. 2 CD set here. Yeah, that's a cool pickup. Definitely wanted to have that in the collection. So yeah, another one difficult to find on vinyl. Not even sure if it was released on vinyl, as come to think of it, but yeah, Neil Young, Crazy Horse Weld. This is a CD of some bits from a sort of a regional radio show called Lex and Terry. If you live in the Southeast U.S., you might have heard of them. They were based out of Jacksonville for a while. I think they're in Texas, or last I heard they were in Texas. I don't really listen to the show anymore. But just something I used to listen to on occasion, and they had some funny bits and stuff, so I thought I'd grab this since it was a Goodwill. But this is Lex and Terry, Best of Volume 3. They do some funny sort of morning radio type bits. This was a blind buy. Don't know anything about this. It just looked interesting. It was sealed. It says, Me, Myself, and I was Do Not Cover. Seems like it might be some electronic type music, so thought I would grab that and give it a shot. This is kind of a neat find, something I hadn't seen before. Sort of an in-store kind of CD sampler. It was meant to play in music stores and whatnot. It's called the Album Network Tune-Up in-store play edition number 19, June 1993. A lot of artists I haven't heard of on here before. A lot of artists I have heard of on here before. Dramarama, and then there's George Michael, of course I've heard of. Heidi Berry, Pat Benatar, of course I've heard of. Kristen Hall, Stereo MCs, Amy Mann, Matthew Sweet, Steve Miller Band, Ashley Cleveland, Lenny Kravitz, Wailing Souls, Straight Jacket Fits, Penny Ford, Dave Koz, OMD. The second CD is Van Morrison, Urge Overkill, Terrence Trent D'Arby, AJ Croce, Carlene Cardle, Michael McDermott, Butthole Surfers, Ned's Atomic Dustbin, Brother Kane, Robin Zander, Ziggy Marley, Quicksand, Flotsam and Jetsam, Diesel, and Aha. So groups from the middle of the year in '93 that they were trying to promote. Pretty cool little sort of opens on one side like this, and then the other side sort of opens. I don't know what they call this. Maybe like a Z-Pack or something. But yeah, kind of a neat little 2 CD sampler of some stuff. Probably stuff I'll recognize on here and stuff that I don't recognize or don't remember hearing or whatever, but cool little find. Next up, found something from an artist I've heard some of her music before, haven't really owned any before now, but an album by Night Jewel on the secretly Canadian label. This is 1 Second of Love. 2012 is the release on this one. Night Jewel does sort of that art poppy, dream poppy kind of stuff that I like, so definitely will dig that. Speaking of Hanson, we're getting into a couple of these Hanson releases here. Some more singles I found at Goodwill. I've been finding a lot of Hanson singles at Goodwill, a bunch of imports and stuff, so I don't know if somebody was slowly getting rid of their collection or they were slowly just bringing them out, but this is the single for Penny and Me on the Underneath album from 2004. It's got a song called Every Word I Say, which is an unreleased track. Another version of Penny and Me, don't know what the difference is, and then a track called Hey. Next up, this is a promo copy of the single Weird by Hanson. It's also an import of some kind. Don't know where this is from, but definitely an import. Sort of one of these unofficial book and CD sets. The Hanson Star Profile. It's got some, book with some photos and some writing about the band, and then a CD of sort of the history of the band and stuff. And kind of an unofficial, cheap thing. Something I wouldn't normally buy, but for 30 cents, definitely grab that and add it to my Hanson collection. Here's a cool one. This is Directions to See a Ghost by Black Angels. Yeah, Black Angels. Cool one. One of the ones I don't have on vinyl. So it was nice to pick this one up on CD. Here's a release from 2012 on Sub Pop. Kind of a blind buy, but a kind of something I think I'll be into. And this is a group called Poor Moon, a Sub Pop label. Sort of an indie rock kind of group. I did sample some of this, but yeah, should be pretty good stuff. If I'm remembering correctly, this is kind of like a collaboration between some people from some other bands, maybe, if I remember right. Could be misremembering that, but I think that was something like that. Susan Tedeschi with Hope and Desire. That was a cool one. Had a download of this and then bought it on vinyl soon after. I've had this on vinyl for a long time, but I've never had a physical digital copy of it. That's the first album by Monsters of Folk. There's another sort of group of members from different bands got together and did this sort of modern folksy kind of thing. Really awesome album. I love this, and glad to have this on the CD also to have in my collection. Album by Warren Zevon. This one's titled The Wind from 2003. And then these last few here I think are from the free bin outside of the Second and Charles store. It's sort of like a half-price books kind of store where they buy and sell used media of all kinds, and anything that they don't buy they allow people to sort of put in the free bin out front. Sometimes they'll put store stock that just has been sitting around too long out in the free bin as well, but it's a good place to sort of stop by and check out. A lot of times it's just old books that nobody really wants, but occasionally there'll be good stuff in there, and there was a bunch of CDs in there one evening, and so I got 10,000 Maniacs, Blind Man Zoo. Nice free pickup. 2 CD set of Rudolf Serkin, some classical piano music here. Nice thick booklet inside. Yeah, cool little set there on Deutsche Grammophon. That's a really nice one. Well, that was in the free bin. Another sort of super group or some sort of collaboration, you could say. Yo-Yo Ma, Edgar Meyer, Mark O'Connor, Appalachian Journey, and it says with special guests James Taylor and Alison Krauss. So this is some sort of modern folksy kind of acoustic, pretty cool kind of music. Be neat to check out someday. And the last thing I got here is on the Riverside label, some blues music. Alberta Hunter with Love Austin's Blues Serenade. Nice CD of blues music. So those are my CD pickups from the past few months from Goodwill, and for the new stuff I've bought at normally Best Buy or wherever you buy new CDs usually. So hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. Please subscribe, leave a like, leave me some comments down below if you have any about any of this stuff I've shown tonight. Have a great day, great night, and we'll see you again real soon. Cheers.